Good evening and welcome parents, grandparents, and athletes to our 2022 Fall Sports Awards Ceremony. I want to thank each of you for your commitment to not only our athletic programs, but to our entire school district. I'd like to begin by thanking all the people in our school and community who make this possible for our athletic programs. First, Mrs. James and Mr. Miller for ensuring that all of our programs have what they need to be successful. I can't thank you both enough for your support and guidance along the way. I appreciate it. I want to begin with our football press box, the voice of the Bearcats, Mr. Aaron Mathis and his sidekick Steve Yeager, our clock and scoreboard operators, Coach Hall, Billy Fowler, Andrew Stever, and Jonathan Davis. Thank you for what you guys do. To Mr. Rob Mayer and his crew for keeping us up to date on the radio. Thank you. Our chain gang crew, Mark Nee, Don Wyndham, Jeff Burleson, Chase Kennedy, and Bill Fisher. To our band led by Mr. Walker and Mr. Jinkerson, thank you for all you guys do. To our trainer, Mr. Lance Aker from Southeast Health, for doing a tremendous job taking care of our athletes. And to the Stoddard County Ambulance District for always being on hand at all of our events. To our local churches for their willingness to feed our athletes on Friday mornings. A special thanks goes out to Mitch Granger, who helps organize these events. To Amy Simmons and Coach Parsons, former Coach Parsons, Rebecca Parsons, who took care of our scores table for volleyball matches. To Leighton Schaefer, who did a fantastic job announcing our lineups this year. And to our choir led by Miss Sepulvedo for singing the national anthem before our volleyball games. To Tim Fowler, who does an outstanding job coordinating all of our travel arrangements, along with our custodial crew led by Miss Samantha Porch, who does an outstanding job of making sure all of our facilities are clean and well maintained. To our maintenance crew for all their help again this year, led by Mr. Josh Stearns. These guys go above and beyond. And to our local media down on the front row, Ms. Dee Laughlin and Josh Ayers, we appreciate all the time and effort you all put in and for the coverage. To Ms. Colt and our yearbook staff for the morning news and pictures, along with Mrs. Guy and her class for all their help with the video ads. Our office staff, Ms. Allison Sneed and Tammy Freeman, for all the behind-the-scenes work that they do, and to our local businesses who either support us by advertising in our programs or those that supported the purchase of our scoreboard. Thank you. And finally, our booster club, and especially the officers. These folks volunteer their time to help support all of our activities. A special thank you goes out to John Neely for all the extra time you put in keeping the club organized. At this time, we begin our program with Coach Pulley and the volleyball team.
Thanking Mrs. Dowdy, Mrs. Hahn, and Mr. Dowdy for all their help this year. And Tim Fowler and all the bus drivers for getting us to our game safely. I would also like to give a big shout out to Lance with Southeast. He did a great job with all of our players this year, getting them ready for game days and assisting with injuries. I would also like to thank our booster club for their support. Ms. Dee Laughlin with Show Me Times and Josh Ayers with Dexter Statesman. Rebecca Parsons and Amy Simmons for helping with scorebook and our clock. I would also like to give a big shout out to Andrea for being the best manager our volleyball team could ever have. We appreciate you. I'd also like to thank our parents for their positivity and constant support this season. Finally, the one and only Coach Orff for all of her help supporting us this season. She did a phenomenal job this year with our JV team and helped me throughout the entire season. Our program is blessed to have her as part of our team. Our JV team consisted of 14 young ladies. When I call your name, stand up please. Elizabeth Boland, Avery Riley, Alexis Sisk, Madison Sutton, Callie White, Claire Essner, Callie Comfort, Karis Kennedy, Maddie Thompson, Mattis Prieto, Emily Boland, and Meredith Nee. Our JV ended the season 16-5-1. Thank you, ladies. The girls worked really hard this year. They started off the season getting second in the Malden JV tournament. Their losses this year came to tough competitors, but we competed every game. The girls continued to improve throughout the season and show their mental toughness and grit. The girls had their eyes set on county champs, and that's what they did. They beat Bernie in 2 sets to win the county championship. The girls worked hard this year and kept working. Several would come in the mornings just to get extra reps. Keep working hard, ladies. Coach Orp and I are so proud of all your hard work, dedication, and accomplishment this year. And our varsity team consisted of 12 players. We had 4 seniors, 5 juniors, and 1 sophomore. We moved up 4 other JV players to help out throughout the year. Rachel Cobb, come on up when I call your name. Sorry. Caitlin Giles, Carly Long, Molly Simmons, Shelby Driscoll, Brooklyn Link, Brooke Lassiter, Caitlin Owens, Macy Templemeyer, Kate Nichols, Elizabeth Bowen, Callie White, Claire Estner, and Karis Kennedy. I might be a little biased, but we have some beautiful young ladies, for sure. This group of young ladies started working hard this summer. They conditioned hard, they worked hard. We did lots of team building, got to go to Branson for the summer. We had a great time. Our varsity ended up their season 20-10-2. Their losses came to some really hard competition. Most of them won their prospective districts and some went on to the state level. Our varsity made it to the Go Division Dig for Life tournament, losing to Farmington in a hard-fought battle. They played some tough competition for 2 days and came out to represent, and that's what they did. In our county conference, we were conference champs, but then when it came down to our county tournament, we did lose to Advance in 5 sets. But I'm super proud of our girls. They fought every point. They never gave up. And, and that's all you can ask at the end. Did you give it all you got? The girls also competed in the Perryville tournament. We were literally in the toughest bracket. And we ended up tying, which put us in the bronze division, and the girls ended up winning that division. And then we went on to districts. That's at the time of season where there's only one winner, and you hope it's you, so you can keep playing. We had to face Fredericktown for the 3rd time in our season. We had already faced them twice, we split once, and we lost to them once. We knew it was going to be tough. The girls came out, they played hard, they fought, fell a little short, but I couldn't be more proud of what they accomplished. Their effort, teamwork, passion, work ethic, coachability, they're just an amazing group of young ladies. Our girls getting their D this year are Carly Long, Caitlin Giles, Rachel Cobb, Molly Simmons, Shelby Driscoll, Brooklyn Link, Brooke Lassiter, Caitlin Owens, Macy Templemeyer, and Kate Nichols. Congratulations, ladies. Our Now I'm going to say just a few words about our seniors. They're not only just great athletes, but they're just great girls, just all around. I couldn't ask for better individuals. They work hard on and off the court. They have a love for their game and even better love for their teammates. As a coach, I will miss each of them from the bottom of my heart. Our first senior I'm going to talk about is Rachel Cobb. She's such a hard worker. She loves volleyball. She lives and breathes it. She loves it. She plays year-round. I will miss her energy, her positive attitude on the court, and her leadership on and off the court. Rachel is a great mentor to our younger players. She's always encouraging them and giving them guidance. She is also a true competitor, works hard. We wish her the best of luck as she continues her volleyball career at Jefferson College. We're proud of you. Our next senior is Molly Simmons. Molly's personality is infectious. She's so funny and very witty. Molly is a great teammate and a great athlete. She works hard and gives 100% in everything she does. I will miss her smile and her willingness to do whatever is needed. She's a great teammate, great defensive player, and she always works hard. I'm going to miss her next year, but I know she's going to do great things. But I'll get to see you in softball. All right. And our next senior is Carly Long. Carly is a 4-year varsity starter, and she's a true competitor. She's a great athlete and just a great all-around player. Carly's worked so hard, in season, off season, to be a great athlete. The improvement she's made since her freshman year is just amazing. I'm going to miss her drive and competitive spirit. She will definitely be missed next year. And Caitlin Giles is a joy to have on the team. She's always smiling. She always has that smile. She's so funny and became a force at the net for us the last few years. She always has a smile on her face and is just a great teammate and great role model for our younger players. She works hard and is a great athlete. She plays for her team and everything else just falls into place. I'm going to miss her in our little side talks. We had 4 players get all district. Carly Long made first team all district. Kate Nichols and Rachel Cobb made second team all district. And Brooke Lassiter made honorable mention all district. Congratulations, ladies. Our first award we're going to give out is our hitting award. We had one player that ended the season with 277 kills, 289 hitting percentage, and a 40.4 kill percentage. She's a force at the net as well as an all-around solid player. She had 47 serving aces, 221 digs, and 306 assists as well. Our 2022 hitting award goes to Carly Long. Our defense award goes to a young lady that's athletic and quick. She could get to balls that most people would just sit and watch. She led the team with 562 digs and a total of 585 serve receptions with only 38 errors for the season. That's remarkable. She's a great defensive player and a great teammate. 2022 defensive award goes to Brooke Lassiter. Goes to a young lady who is a force at the net, not only blocking but hitting. She led the team with 80 blocks this season. She also led the team with 66 aces and had 213 kills for the year. She's a great asset to our team and played a vital role for us on the front row. The 2022 blocking award goes to Rachel Cobb. Our assist award goes to a young lady that ended the season with 413 assists for the season. This was her first year to set for us, and she did a great job. She continues to improve as the season went on. She also was a crucial defensively and offensively player for us as well. She had 245 digs for the year, 62 aces, and 222 kills for the season. The 2022 assist award goes to Kate Nichols. The team voted for Most Valuable Teammate Award. The girls voted for this teammate, and some of the character traits that they talked about this young lady were she was an encourager, she was a hard worker, a fun teammate, always made me feel welcome, she was positive, and just a great all-around person. The 2022 Most Valuable Teammate Award goes to Caitlin Giles. Finishing up the year, look at the players and the improvement and fire they have to only get better, and it makes Coach Orff and I excited for next year. We will miss our seniors, but know that they have bigger and better things ahead of them. To our juniors, I look forward to working with you next year and watching you step into your leadership roles as seniors and seeing what you can accomplish your senior year. As for my sophomores and freshmen, you will continue to improve and get better. Never be satisfied. Get hungry. Keep working and setting goals for yourself and your teams. Thank you.
much simpler than that of the coach. So, good job. Here we go again. I want to begin by thanking Jamie Rowe and her crew at DPR for selling shirts at our meet and giving us the proceeds. It's not easy. I know it takes some time to design a shirt, order a shirt, get it delivered, and then go up and set up for about 3 or 4 hours and make that time commitment. So thank you, Jamie, for all you do to support our program. It means a lot. Also want to mention Alan Dale with the DAR. He joined their staff recently and came over and talked to the team and wrote a few stories about us. A lot of times a sport like cross country, as boring as it can be, when you only get to see the guys maybe 2 or 3 times in 20 minutes, it goes unnoticed for that reason in a lot of ways. But he came and sat with us and wrote a nice article, and we definitely appreciated that. To Mitch Granger, again, I mentioned him earlier, but you know, just for his time, I can't believe what he pours into these kids. Not only this cross-country team, our volleyball players, football players all across the board. Sends me encouraging text. I know he does to our kids and our coaches. That goes a long way. It means so much. And then he made the trip up to Columbia this past weekend, and just for his overwhelming support, I can't thank him enough. I know I can speak for the team and how much he means to them. He also took the time to help organize a summer cross-country camp alongside his son Jay. I thought that was pretty special. I know our kids enjoyed that as well. So thank you, sir. I also want to thank the football staff for their patience this year and allowing our team to run around them this year. I know that was probably a little bit different, but it gave me a chance to be around the kids more too, the football players, and then tennis was right next door. It just felt like a big family out there. So I thought that was pretty cool, but I hope we didn't interrupt what you guys were doing. Coach Jamerson's music that he likes to play was very motivating for our kids. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was awesome. You know, I can be a little intense as a coach, and just some of those crazy songs and Party in the USA, whatever it is, it brings a smile to your face. California girls, whatever. Yeah. I shouldn't have repeated that. Also, I want to thank Coach Shipman. He's not here tonight, couldn't make it, but you know, his job description is the middle school cross country coach. And anytime we met this summer, which was quite frequently, not more than our 20 contact days, but those guys got together all on their own countless days. He was there. He'd pull up to, whether it's East Park, West Park, wherever it may be, pull up, drag his bike out of the back of the truck, and ride along with our kids. I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought it was a great role model for our kids to see what hard work means. So I want to appreciate you for being an outstanding role model for our program. And I don't want to forget our manager. Is he here? No. You never knew. But he was everywhere. He was over tennis one day. He's over basketball. He had a lot of commitments. I'm talking about P. Joe here. You know, and just his presence alone, if you know him and just love him. Just his presence alone was a great motivator for our team. And he'd sit in some of our meetings after school and just smile, and it always just kind of broke the edge a little bit. So I appreciate him, his support. I should have probably identified a role for him more than I did, but I was trying to learn as I went too. So we got through it. But I also want to mention one thing, that his mother and him traveled up this past Saturday, left first thing in the morning, and weathered that wind and made that trip. And that was awesome. Thank you. That's something our team, I promise, won't forget. I know I won't anytime soon. So with that said, you girls, you guys that are a member of this team, part of this team, come on up if you don't mind. It's impressive. Come on down. That's good. While they're coming up, a special thanks, goes to Miss James and Mr. Miller and the Board of Education for allowing me this opportunity. I know that wasn't an easy decision for them, but I want you all to know I just had one of the best times of my life. Lenny, you might need to step out now. But it was awesome. It was awesome. The only reason that it was so awesome is because of these women and young men right up here. I can't thank them enough to allow me to get back in the mix. It was quite an experience. I'm going to go ahead and just introduce them real quick while they're up here. I'm going to have to step out here. I know them pretty well. Gavin McMullen, step out. David Rodriguez. Jump out there. Is that Lily? There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Allie Lee. That was Lily Crockett, I'm sorry. Jasmine Smith. Abby Lloyd. A little bit further, don't be shy. Nate Harris. Aniston Kyle. Cameron Bell. Clayton Bell. Jackson King. Ben Dowdy. Chris Stone. And Chase Farmer. I'm going to start by talking a little bit about the girls here. You guys just take a step back. It seems better. Good, thank you. I told these girls from day one, we're not walking. This is cross country. I will not see you walking. We're going to finish. We're going to run across that finish line. We're out there in the woods. We're running. When no one's watching, we're running. So to be a part of this team, you're going to run. And those 4 girls, step out. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Those 4 girls right there, you did it. You did it. And you should be commended for that. In my opinion, yeah, you can go back. Good, you're good. In my opinion, just finishing a 5K is an accomplishment in itself. To run 3.1 miles hard is not easy, and you all did it. You trained for it, and I can't be more proud of you. It was awesome. Thank you again. This was my first time working with a group of high school girls. And I'll be honest, I just didn't think it was in my DNA to do this. I can be pretty intense, especially when it comes to coaching, and it was just an unbelievable experience for me. I'm glad I had the opportunity. I couldn't have found 4 sweeter girls to work with. We met after school, and it's just something about their smiles each day after school. It just eased everything. And then they went down the track or wherever we went, and they went to work. And there are a few tears shed along the way, but we made it through okay. And I can't thank them enough for that. I really shouldn't have worried. They responded, they stepped up, and just watching their growth was really one of the best parts of the season for me as a coach. They accomplished many PRs. I mean, they started about 29 to 30 minutes. Most of them got down to 26 and a half minutes, which is a significant improvement, and they should be commended for their efforts. Thank you, girls. Stay there, though. You did good. Now, to these boys. Wow. Talk about some personalities up here. I'm not going to mention any names. This was not the most low-key group that I've had to manage, but man, it was fun. I can't thank you enough for what you just accomplished, the time, the tenacity, the teamwork you guys showed over the last 6 months. It amazed me. Just when I thought, as the end of July, they're like, they're not going to keep running. Somehow, you made it happen. And I know you couldn't have done that on your own. It came from a group. And we sat down in this very room in early May, and we set some goals, all of us. And you guys surpassed every one of those goals and so much more, and you know that. You ran together. That's the first thing. They ran together. You know, we've had a lot of individuals, or a few individuals around here, both boys and girls, run as individuals, but this season was different. They found a way to motivate one another to get up each day this summer, which you can only imagine. I mean, we've had these boys waking up for weightlifting. It's just to be admired what you guys have done and what we ask of you and how you deliver. And they put in the work. You know, it takes a lot of discipline to go to bed at a reasonable hour in the summer and then to get up and run anywhere from 6 to 10 miles a day, and that's what they did. And they did it. You did it. You did it. You not only ran together, you ate together. A lot. A lot. You shared many meals together all over town, especially at the airport. You went to camp together. I will never forget that week, and I still can't believe I spent 4 nights in a tent in mid-July without cell service. What? No. Don't even go there. But that was a special time for me to watch these kids get together and bond. Just going out into the wilderness, and that's truly what it is. It's a wilderness camp. That's the title of it. It was special. It was neat. You also played lots of ping pong. Lots of ping pong. And I will always remember beating each one of you. Always.
I'm still waiting on my rematch.
Guys, what you did together is what made this a special season and what truly helped a bunch of individuals become a team. A team from top to bottom that made each one of you better as individuals. You all know you could not have done this on your own. This includes my man Nate down there.
Yeah.
This guy was our alternate this past weekend. He traveled up there at the end of the race. He was in tears. He was. And he didn't even get to run. And that's how much he brought to this team, though. It showed how much he cared. It showed how much they all cared. And just like all of you. I appreciate you, buddy. I want to mention some of these accomplishments. We kicked off the season at Memphis by finishing 13th after finishing 37th the year before. That meet's made up with quite a few teams from the tri-state area, I guess I should say. Our top 5 boys finished in the top 50 at the state meet. If you did go to the state meet, go ahead and step on out if you don't care. Abby, step up. You out there? That girl. All right. Good. And as the season wound down and districts were over, she stuck around with us. She worked out with us. She was in the locker room with us. She was just like one of the guys. And I really wanted her to leave because I didn't know what she was going to hear. I'll be honest. But for some reason, she wanted to stick around, and she was a member of this team that went to state as any other. But she did as an individual, and obviously this was her 3rd year going up there, and I know she's going to go back and forth. But again, you can see these guys. You know who they are. And again, what an accomplishment. Great job, guys. You guys were the first team in 51 years to go up there. That was 4 years before I was born. That was a long time ago. You went from a 7th place district finish a year ago to 5th place in the state. And I had a good friend of mine that I communicated throughout the season for advice tell me that we've all heard it, Rome was not built in a day, and he used an expletive, but he said, but you boys about made it happen in a day. So I'm proud of them for that because they put in the work. I want to congratulate Ben for making All-State, and Cam was 1 spout away, which was pretty amazing. His 2 sophomores, and Chris was not far behind, and then Clayton and Aniston were right there as well. And it was like a 38-second split from 1 to 5, which is pretty phenomenal in the world of cross country. And Chase and Jackson, I know we're hungry. to go back up there next year and be a part of that 4 and 5, along with you, Nate. I'm not gonna leave you. I felt your eyes. Also thought it'd be worth mentioning, I'm a numbers guy, and I added up, this isn't exact science, but it's pretty close. The 8 boys, along with Abby, since June have run 5,700 miles. That's quite a few. The longest, I had to Google this today, the longest route from the East Coast to the West Coast is right around 3,500 miles. So you're not Forrest Gump yet, because I think he did it 5 times, but we're close, collectively. Finally, we put our team goals, and I think this is real important, and this was difficult as a father, as a coach, and I know parents and grandparents were wondering about this, but we put our team goals ahead of our individual ones. You know, I asked them what their goals were, and they wanted to have a strong postseason. I reached out to some people and to find out some information, and they just said you can't run 10 or 11 5Ks hard. So we used a lot of our meets as training meets. So I asked you guys to train and pace each other at several of these meets that you could have brought home some medals or a better finish. It says a lot about you, because you all know that, but you were unselfish and you put the team before yourself. I know that was not easy, and I can't thank you enough, because we almost pulled off a miracle. Last thing here I want to say is Jamie said it at state, what you accomplished this year was a big deal. It took an incredible amount of work, discipline, and dedication. I admire each one of you all across the stage. You all worked your tails off, and I can't thank you enough for what you poured into this. I know you made your parents proud, and you made this guy feel the same. Thank you. On to the season awards. Cross country gives out an award for most valuable runner or most outstanding runner. Ladies first, once again, this young lady's competitive spirit helped her knock off a minute from a year ago. She ran a PR of a 22:07 last year, down to a 21:08 this year. If she can make that same improvement, and I know she's driven to do this because she's a competitor, if she can make that same improvement again next year at the same results from the state meet, she might just find herself on the podium next year. Abby Lloyd, will you run over here one last time this year and get this your 2022 MVP? And on the boys' side, this guy was undoubtedly our leader and pushed everyone to become better with his perseverance and work ethic. I knew that he was going Southeast Missouri. I knew that he was going to make a strong push this season when he went out to Knoxville to spend his vacation with his grandpa, and he logged over 50 miles on his own, which is very difficult to do. He will leave our program with a new school record of 16:59, the first boy to break 17 minutes, which has paved the way for some people to top that. What a leader. I can't thank you enough, Chris, for what you've done, buddy. The boys MVP award goes to Chris Stone. Okay, next I'd like to issue certificates to those of you who earned letters this season. As I call your name, please step forward and walk down here and grab it from me. Cameron Bell. Clayton Bell. Lily Crockett. Ben Dowdy. Chase Farmer. Nathan Harris. Jackson King. Aniston Kyle. Allie Lee. Abby Lloyd. Jasmine Smith. Chris Stone. Before I sit down, I'd like to say a few words to our seniors. I only had a chance to coach these three, obviously, 1 year. Couldn't imagine how I would feel after 4, but you made quite an impression in 1 year on me personally, so can't thank you enough for that. Allie, let's see here. You step out. We're probably the most mature one on our entire team. You know that? That's good, because you were. Especially on the boys' side. And that might even include me. I appreciate you keeping us in line. I know you never said anything to make that happen, but just your presence made it happen. There's something about you. I know it's strange. For some reason, I never wanted to disappoint you. You were definitely the mother of this group. Logan. She's a good girl. Early on, I'm not done. This isn't about Logan. Early on, you set a goal to bring home a medal at that Stoddard County race. It was not easy, you know that, but you got it done. And at one time, we didn't think you had it done, but you got it done. I'm so happy you enjoyed that moment. That's awesome. But what impressed me the most about you is after that, John, get back up there. After that Stoddard County race, I think you knew you were not in contention to go to state. Is that a fair? Okay. But you continued to not only show up for practice every day, I would have never doubted that, but you worked hard, you ran those repeats hard when you really didn't have to. And you really didn't have to. And in fact, the final race of your senior year was what? Your best. It was your best. In cross country, girl, you finished the race. That was awesome. You broke 25 minutes from a 29:38 at Memphis to his exact numbers. At Memphis, you ran a 29:38 to a 24:38 to the exact number. I know this kind of work ethic and your kind spirit will help you become a great, great teacher someday. Proud of you. Clayton. Clayton always had that random question. He was the question guy. I didn't know what was going to come next. I didn't even know how to answer him, but it always got me thinking. One day he asked me, and this wasn't that long ago, Coach, you had blonde hair when you were younger? Why, Clayton? Well, you got blue eyes. Okay, all right, cool. All right. I wish I had blue eyes, Clayton said. All right, whatever. So just go run. Come on, let's go. But what people may not always know is that while you don't always say a lot when you're asking those questions, what you do say has a lot of meaning, my friend. When you open your mouth, it has a lot of meaning, and it's well timed. You have a gift for that. I don't know if that's your dad's doing or not, but anyway, you have it. You have a kind heart, Chris. Shh. You have a kind heart, and you are capable of so much more, I mean this, than you give yourself credit for. You're a very talented young man. You're humble, and in a sport that is often about individuals, your highlight of the season, you wrote this down, was the Packet districts and going to war with my best friends. That's what it was about all year. It was awesome. You summed it up right there. It has been a pleasure to get to know you this year and being part of your family. Love you, buddy. Following in alphabetical order, Chris Stone is our last senior. Chris, I knew you had a lot of heart when you were unable to go to state as a junior, but were there to finish. But you were there at the finish line to cheer on your teammates. Chris, as a kid, I didn't know if it'd come full circle, but it kind of has. Who I've always been around. I knew him. His dad and I grew up together, played on the same basketball team together, played in the backyard together. But just being able to watch Matt's son his personal growth this season, his leadership as a senior on this team, and his dedication to improving has truly been inspirational to me, and I think all of us up here. I know if you demonstrate that work ethic you have throughout the season, I know it, I'll never question it, your future will be bright. Chris, proud of you, buddy. Well, those three step out one more time. Those are some pretty big shoes to fill. We've got some people behind you that I think are ready to get back to work. Thank you, all of you, all three of you, for being outstanding role models for those behind you. You're always welcome to come back on that trail and yell at them and make sure they don't walk. You got it? Thank you so much. It was a great season. I'm looking forward to the next one. Next up is Coach Woods.
Varsity football cheer coach, and first of all I am going to give our squad their varsity letters. They will all receive a varsity letter, and they are Adeline Menley, Carly McMunn, Avery Ackman, Riley Dawson, Aslan Wers, Draven Cato, Kaylee Hazel, Emma Sparkman, Abrianna Frazier, Riley Corlew, Callista Whitaker, and Callie Hale. First of all, I think we would like to thank our football team for a great season. Thanks, guys. We'd also like to thank the DHS administration for supporting us, transporting us, and keeping us safe all season long. Amber Dooley is always our DJ and mix master, so thanks to her for mixing our music. And Miss Morgan Nesselrod for choreographing our awesome homecoming routine. This year's football cheer squad was a very veteran squad, and honestly kind of a coach's dream. Some of these seniors, bless them, have been with me for 5 cheer seasons since they were in 8th grade. And they have stuck with me, and a few of them are getting ready to roll into yet another season. But this year's, I'm gonna move into the football cheer award, okay? Football cheerleading award is gonna go to one of our 5 seniors. She consistently showed up and helped lead her team. This young woman came to me as an incredibly talented cheerleader who is overcoming a hurdle that was preventing her from reaching her full potential. It's been a privilege and a joy to coach this young athlete from refusing to tumble 4 short years ago to showing off your newest full twist trick. Congratulations, Callista Whitaker, the Football Cheerleading Award for 2022. There's one phrase, probably several phrases, but one phrase that this team has continually said that has made my heart skip. They have said this to me on a number of occasions. Well, I heard you were going to be the coach, so I decided to try out. And I always wondered why they said that. I've spent a great deal of time thinking about this, and parents, I want you to know that I don't take my position as their coach lightly. I don't take the influence that I have with your daughters lightly. I think about them and I pray over them, not just during our cheer season, but once they're mine, they're mine. Here's what I know about what the girls say, that they have, the statement that they have made to me over the years. I know what it's not. It's not because they think I'm a perfect coach. It's not because I take it easy on them, or because I have low expectations, or because we are just cheerleaders. Once I realized these things, I understood a little bit better. It's because we learn more than just cheerleading when we're together. Game nights and homecoming routines are proof that they work hard, but let's be honest, hard work is not really what keeps teenagers coming back. While I'm still unsure of why you crazy teenagers like to hang out with me and have chosen to cheer for me for so many years, my hope and prayer is that it is because you have felt loved, safe, supported, and valued. Cheerleading is a team sport. I told them on day 1 of tryout clinic, I build teams. If one falls, we all fall, literally. My prayer for you as I release you all into other sports and activities is that you always remember your roots. Remember, I am always on your team, rooting for you in all your future endeavors. Remember to support those below you and above you. Cheer for your teammates in life. Celebrate when others win. It doesn't mean that you lost. Everyone will get their chance to fly, and if it isn't your turn yet, remember, never let the flyer hit the ground. I love you, girls.
Good night. Tennis girls, please make their way up. While they're making their way up, I'd like to say a few thank yous. Coach Dowdy, thank you for scheduling all the behind-the-scenes stuff. No rain this year for us, though, really, except for one little biking storm, but we made it. Dee and Josh for your articles and pictures. Tara and Lance, our trainers this season, we actually started with one and ended with another. Booster Club for our new benches that we have between the courts. Bus drivers for getting us safely to and from matches. Mr. Miller for helping me get the Yukon every once in a while so I could get them to and from matches. To our board for allowing me to finally have a paid assistant. Yay. When you have 24 girls, you need help, I promise. To my husband actually for taking that job because we spend a lot of time together. And they got to see a mixture of us. And then the parents of these ladies that I'm getting ready to introduce to you, you've done a great job. All right, so I'm going to start just with JV. If you'll just kind of step out when I call your name. Maddie Carlson, Sarah Churchill, Audrey Culp, Briley Engler, Marley Hatton, Mia Holden, Sophia James, Henley Kennedy, Pooja Masaria, Drew Martinez, Addie McCord, Kaylee McCoy, Annalie McDonald, Blair Medley, Kinley Musgrave, Jalen Proffer, Nikita Ray, and Phoebe Worley. So our JV, like every year, some of these ladies bought their first tennis racket over the summer before the first practice, sending messages saying, what size of a racket should I get? What's the grip size? All that kind of stuff. But it's always fun to see the improvement that these girls have made from one season, at the beginning of season to the end. Again, when you have 24 players and there's only 6 that play varsity, you have a lot of kids on JV, okay? And it's tough to find other teams that have that many players or enough daylight to finish all these matches, to get them in, so they can get a game in here and there. But they stuck it out even when they didn't get to play all the time and kept coming back to practice and working hard. With the help of Mr. Bowles, these girls got a lot more instruction than my previous JV teams, so we're super proud of how far you come, and we look forward to where you're gonna go next year. All right, now on to varsity. Bella Cook, Emma Dorton, Elise Howe, and Grace Marvel. They had a record of 5-13-1. I know, it doesn't sound well. It was a tough season. We had to play Kennett, who is back-to-back state champions, more times than we would like. Not to mention Bella and Grace, I don't even know if they know this, but the doubles teams that they played from Saxony Lutheran, Kennett, Notre Dame, and somewhere else, Cape Central, they all placed at state in doubles. So they don't just play them one time a year. They play them 2 or 3 times a year. So it was a tough season for them. Emma and Kate took 4th place in doubles at the Kennett Invitational. These ladies do everything we ask of them, except not to hit to the person at the net, hit the ball cross court on serve receive, and stay back. We're still working on that. We'll continue to work on that. But if they can do some of those things, we might pull out some more wins next year. All right, they played a lot of long matches though, never giving up and trying to pull out a win for their team. To my 4 seniors, I've loved getting to know you on a personal level. Times were tough for you all this year. But you're just tougher people. You came back every day, played again and again, knowing what you had to face. It is so hard as a coach to watch that and want to help them get there. Josh made me cry first. It's all your fault. Once it starts, it never stops. Anyway, you learned some important life skills, and that's getting back up when you've been knocked down. And it will take you a lot farther than tennis. Good luck in all you do, and come back and see us. All right, to the rest of you, practice every chance you get. Somebody out there is working harder than you. Don't let it be one of your teammates. keep working hard. Some of these girls, they know what they're in for every time I come up to talk. All right, letter winners. And he knows what he's in for every time. All right, in order to receive a letter in girls tennis, you have to have played in 3 varsity matches, and we have 7 of them. Destiny Aarons, Emma Dorton, Elise Howell, Sophia James, down there, and Grace Marvel. On to our awards. All right. Highest winning percentage in singles with a 9-5 record with a 64% winning percentage. She played in our number 3 spot. The singles highest percentage award goes to Emma Dorton. Highest winning percentage in doubles, 10-15 record in doubles. There's a 40% winning percentage. Goes to our number 2 doubles teams, Emma Dorton and Kate Churchill. Most valuable teammate for JV. Voted on by the teammates. Some words this lady's teammates said about her were, she's always pushing herself to be better for the team and is a great example for us all. She's always encouraging others during practice and matches with a positive attitude. She offers to practice with me and gives me tips. I agree with all those comments, and I'm glad she'll be around for 2 more years. Sophia James. And then for varsity, some words that the teammates said about this lady. She always has a smile on her face at practice. She is constantly pushing herself to get better and is a great example of what a teammate should be. She always cheered us on even after she had a tough match. Grace Marble. All right. So coaching 24 ladies is not for the weak. I had to remind my husband multiple times that coaching girls is definitely different than coaching the boys. Mood swings, attitudes, drama, injuries, you name it, we've been through it. You still make our days better by being a part of it. Here's your annual letter, so I don't cry anymore. And please know that we are very proud of you and we love you all. Coach Jamerson, you're up.
I'm sorry, I'm running around. I'm new. I don't know what to do. Hey, real quick, 2 claps. All right, here we go. Guys, I'm an energy guy. Get real excited, and I'm going to tell you, don't apologize for the emotion tonight. All right? That's what we're here for, right? If you don't walk out of this tonight and you're a little inspired, all right? If you're not a little amped up, a little ready to go, then what's the point? That's what we're here for. We're here to get inspired. Okay? That gets it, guys. I appreciate you guys tonight. Now I realize that I'm the final speaker on the night, and I'm going to attempt to not let this drag on. Fortunately, we've handled a lot of our end-of-season awards, a lot of our end-of-season talk. I'm going to move this mic back because if I hold it all night, I've got these weak arms, and everybody's going to make fun of me. At last practice, we presented our seniors with a signed helmet, a senior leadership plaque. We recognized the contribution of all our kids to the program. We awarded each player that finished the season. We gave them a medal, and we just showed them appreciation for a job well done. I'm going to tell you, no sports season happens, all right, without a lot of people. And I know we've said a lot of thank yous
tonight. I'm grateful for all the people that have helped make the transition of this program as seamless as possible. I'm grateful to you, Coach Dowdy. Okay. Now I know you've given thanks to a lot of people tonight, and I appreciate that because I can't remember all the people to say thank you to. With that being said, there are still some thank yous I got to put out there. For starters, I want to say thank you to our administration. I want to say thank you to our Board of Education. From day one, I have felt nothing but support for the vision of this program, and I know we're starting a little slower than maybe what we all hoped, but I continue to feel that support to execute the vision and the mission that we have for our young people. And we're going to continue fighting that fight and moving forward. From day one, it's been nothing but great. I regret not mentioning you specifically, Coach. Who would have thought in January or February we'd be standing here, right? It's been an awesome ride so far, and I'm so appreciative of all your support, your friendship, and your mentorship throughout this process. You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to all the media tonight. Dee, you're awesome. Thank you. Rob Mayer, you're awesome. All the people in between that have taken care of us, I appreciate you. Mitch Granger, you're a rock star, man. You're everywhere, right? You're like Santa Claus. I appreciate all that you do for all of our students, all of our athletes. I appreciate all that everybody pours into us. Coach Woods, thank you. Ladies, our cheerleaders, thank you for all that you do. The enthusiasm, along with the student section that you bring on Friday nights, adds a lot of spice. Being someone that was on the other side, it's a little intimidating. I know I want to say thank you to both Wes and Bonnie Howard. I'm certain that there are others involved in providing us with those Thursday meals and those post-game meals. But you're on the front lines. You're the ones I see week in and week out. So I want to say thank you to you for helping take care of our boys and everyone else that's involved in doing that also. I want to say thank you to all our parents, all our guardians, aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas, anybody that's involved in helping us raise these young men. I know the game of football is under attack. Okay, it's 2022. I know the things that are said about it. I appreciate your faith and your trust in our coaches. I appreciate your faith and your trust in me to lead these young men. Thank you to all our coaches, Coach Thrower, Coach Chamberlain, Coach Hemby at the middle school. Thank you to Coach Nate Stevens, Coach Ethan Stevens, Coach Batey, Coach Boyer, Coach Jason Comfort, Coach Lumica. These guys are awesome. They're not just coaches on our staff, but they're my friend also. And it's nice to go to work with your friend. I appreciate all their hard work and dedication to the football program. I'm certain I've missed people that I should be saying thank you to. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I'm still learning names and faces. That'll come in time. I just want to let you know that I really appreciate everything you do for our coaching staff and for our kids. And finally, I want to say thank you to these young men that make up our football team. And with that being said, I ask that you join us up here on stage. Now, we don't have everyone here tonight. That's okay. All right, I understand there are other commitments. There's a good number of us. We appreciate that. Come on in. You'll get one of those later. Don't worry. You'll get one of those hotels. I feel a lot of what's needed to be said has already been said at final practice. Come on in. Come on in. The water's fine. Water buffalo don't work real well no more. That's all right. Hey fellas, look at me. Look at me. I want to say thank you once again. I feel like I'm always saying thank you to you, but I want to say thank you once again for your hard work, for your sacrifice, for your dedication this season. It hasn't always been easy. It hasn't always been perfect, but you've persevered. You've punched the clock, as we like to say, and you have adhered to our core values of heart, even though the majority of you can't really list those. That's okay, that'll come in time. I appreciate each and every one of you. We've had several players, Coach, will you help me out with this? We had several players earn a varsity letter this year. I regret that we're only able to present 4 individual awards and only so many letters tonight. I hate that we leave some people out who deserve recognition for their contributions to the football season. But for those of you that don't take home an award tonight or don't take home a letter, I want you to know you're not going home empty-handed. All right? You leave here tonight with the brotherhood, with the respect, and the love of your coaches and your teammates. My hope is that you'll continue to work hard, that you continue to compete, and you continue to give great effort for this program, for this team, and earn that letter next year. As I call your names, please step forward to Coach, get your letter and a handshake. Right. Coach, you got the list. Mr. Nolan Alford. Just gonna welcome Coach. Landon Anniser. Mr. Braden Barnes. Mr. Zach Billingsley. Mr. Garrett Coons. Mr. Juan Cuevas. Mr. Levi DeMint. Mr. R.J. Farmer. Mr. Sebastian Ford. Mr. Ethan Glass. Mr. Jackson Grams. Mr. Jet Grams. Mr. Peyton Hartline. Mr. Jason Hervoyevich. He was absent from school. Mr. Connor Hill. Mr. Jackson Howard. Mr. Peyton Gerald. Mr. Logan Josephate. Mr. Caden Kennedy. Mr. Caden Lee. Mr. Lee Michael McDonald. Mr. Houston Neely. Mr. Joseph Noel. Mr. Logan Pullum. Mr. Sawyer Rasher. Mr. Andrew Sailors. Mr. Colin Simpson. Mr. Devin Turnbow. Mr. Rhett Womble. Mr. Landon Weathers. And Mr. Ryder Williams. And Mr. Christian Wers. Said he loves you. It's okay. What teams do? If you're a ninth grader, step forward, please. Step up or just. Ladies and gentlemen, it's tough being a ninth grader. It's tough being a freshman, especially tough being a freshman in a football program. Every day showing up, working hard, not really knowing what your role is at all times. These guys showed up and worked hard every day. We appreciate their enthusiasm and their sticking with it. Those are our ninth graders. Sophomores, please step forward. It's no secret with a lot of football programs, you lose kids from 8th grade to 9th grade, and you lose guys from 9th grade to their sophomore year. We've had a lot of sophomores sticking out, and I believe this is a pretty special sophomore group. They've got size, they've got speed, talented, they're pretty funny at times too. A lot of fun to be around, just like those freshmen. They're working hard in the off season. I'm fortunate enough I get to be around all these kids in the weight room, and every one of our kids impresses me with how hard they work, and this sophomore group's no different. That's your sophomore group. Junior class, step forward. Talented group here. Okay, we've got some guys that are probably going to get some postseason awards, some postseason accolades that's still coming down the pipe. You know, they've stepped up. You know, after our last practice, these are the guys that we started transitioning, handing off leadership power to. Those are the guys that are going to lead us into the next season, and we're very excited with the contributions that they make and that they bring to this program. That's our junior class. And then finally, our seniors. Gentlemen, step out in the middle of the stage for us. Let everybody get a good look at you. When I look at these guys, I think of the word perseverance. Perseverance. You know, when we did last practice, we always give the seniors an opportunity to step off the field, and I guess you'd say in a lot of ways step into civilian life, and we give them an opportunity to say some final words. And I think Caden Kennedy's final words resonated with everyone there. He says, you know, don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. Enjoy every moment. You know, I've been fortunate enough to be here and enjoy some moments with these seniors, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be around these guys. You know, he summed it up so well that these moments, they don't last very long. High school doesn't last very long. High school football, for darn sure, doesn't last very long. It'll be taken away in just a moment. You know, and you've got to embrace your opportunities. You've got to embrace what you've been given, and I feel like for the most part these guys have done their best to do that over these last 4 years. I'm so grateful for them. I speak for the coaches when I say that I'm proud of you, and I appreciate you, and above all else, we love you. Seniors, thank you for all that you have done for this football program over the years. Now on to some individual awards. We're giving out 4 of them tonight. We're giving out an individual award for most valuable lineman, most valuable offensive player, most valuable defensive player, and then finally, most valuable team member, MVP, however you want to phrase it. We're going to start out with our most valuable lineman award. I think it's only fitting that Coach Limbick is handing that out. He's an excellent offensive line coach. We're very fortunate to have him. Our most valuable lineman is voted on by our team. Our team votes for these 4 awards. It's not coaches involved. We let the kids choose these awards because I feel like they're the pulse of the team. Our most valuable lineman is voted on by our team, starting on both offense and defense. A senior, he helped lead the way for an offense that rushed for 1,939 yards in 9 games while protecting a quarterback and receiving corps that threw for 1,106 yards. Defensively, he helped anchor a defensive line while recording 35 total tackles and 10 tackles for loss. Our 2022 Dexter Bearcat most valuable lineman is Mr. Colin Simpson. Our most valuable offensive player, as voted on by the team, could simply be described by terms such as dynamic, explosive, versatile, or like lightning in a bottle. He found ways to impact the stat book and scorebook and scoreboard in several ways with the football in his hands. This player impacted kickoff return by recording just a shade under 500 yards returning with scores and big runs that may or may not have been predicted by him on the sideline, or so I've been told. This player impacted the offense side of the ball with 526 yards rushing, 202 yards receiving, and scoring 54 points on the season. He led the team in scoring that saw 9 different guys get the football into the end zone this season. I think that's impressive on its own. Our Dexter Bearcat 2022 Most Valuable Offensive Player, as voted on by his teammates, is Lee Michael McDonald. Now moving on to our Most Valuable Defensive Player as a coach. I think Coach Lumica and Coach Boyer and Coach Patay and both Coach Stevens could agree with me, and even Coach Comfort. I felt this award was a toss-up. I didn't know where this one was going to go. We had several players share the load defensively this season. While no one's stats jumped off the page, we had several players put consistent numbers throughout the year. The Most Valuable Players is voted on by our team as one of our team leaders on defense. Always quick to communicate, always quick with alignment, always inspiring not only their defensive teammates, but all their teammates. This defensive player had 39 total tackles and 2 interceptions. He leads vocally, he leads by example. Our Dexter Bearcat 2022 Most Valuable Defensive Player is Mr. Ryder Williams. Finally, our team's Most Valuable Player. And I think anybody up here that had the microphone in their hands could say so many different things about this game. I could say so many different things about our 2022 Most Valuable Player. He is without a doubt the unquestioned leader of this football team. A multiple-year starter with great talent that I will personally admit very difficult to read as a person. I have a lot of trouble knowing if he's being serious with me or not. Numerous times this season he has presented himself as the voice of the locker room. He's led his teammates both on and off the field. He played the majority of the season with an injury that still affects him at times today. We actually talked about it today a little bit. Yet he still worked hard in both the weight room and on the practice field. He's a vocal leader. He leads by example. He isn't afraid to ask questions to gain a better understanding of X's and O's, or to figure out the dynamics of the goings-on in the locker room when pressed to do so. Everyone knows what player I'm talking about. Okay, it's no point to continue on. Our 2022 Dexter Bearcat Most Valuable Player, team member, is a senior that wears number 11. He plays defensive back. He's a running back. He's a great kid, a great leader. I'm honored to give this award to Mr. Logan Joseph. Thank you, guys. As I wrap this up, I'm going to say one more thing, okay? I'm going to say it to every athlete in here. I'm going to say it to all our guys up here. Thank you. Thank you for calling me coach. You know, the 3 best phrases I've ever heard in my life go as follows. In August of 2006, I had a girl named Sarah say, "I do." In September of 2014, I had a little girl named Isla call me Dada. The 3rd best phrase I hear it every day. It's when one of these kids calls me coach. Whether it's in the weight room, whether it's in the hallways, whether it's on the practice field. I'm honored to be called coach, and I'm honored to be at Dexter, and I'm honored to be a part of your lives, and I'm honored for the opportunity to be a part of this program. Nothing's better than being called coach. Maybe dad, maybe husband, but man, being called coach, especially by these guys, by these kids, it's pretty special. Thank you for calling me coach. Thank you. At this time, I would like for Brett Dorton to come up to help us present the Bland Award. Yeah, stay up here.
All right. Thanks, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here again. Get my glasses on. We started doing this 29 years ago. I didn't have to wear reading glasses, but I do now. So grab a few notes. I'm glad to be here to fill in tonight. The original presenter couldn't make it, but just want to first just say thank you to all of our athletes. As a member of the community, just want to say your hard work, dedication is most certainly noted. Congratulations on your successes this year. Keep it up. You make us all proud to be Bearcats. So, do want to also recognize the 6 seniors. Look back at this team. Look back at this class down the road, and we won't look back and think about the quantity of the kids in this class, but we will certainly think about the quality of the athletes that are in this senior class. And so, thank you for your commitment to this program, to this team, to your coaches. It is acknowledged and recognized by many, and it also is noticed by the underclassmen and the example that you're setting for them for hard work. So thank you seniors very much. This is the Bland Award. A lot of, all of the kids here were born after Charlie had passed, so nobody really, but there are parents and teachers and administration, those that remember Charlie Bland, and Charlie was a hoot, for those that knew him. He was the voice of the Bearcats for decades as an announcer. Announcer. I mean, he was part announcer, part color man, part, anything that came into his mind came out the speakers, into the stand, so whether it be his criticisms of the officials, possibly even the coaches, even our own coaches, but, he was absolutely a character. When he started, when the football field was where the library is now, Grant and Park Lane, no press box or anything like that. He walked up and down the sidelines with a microphone and this little handheld speaker, and to the people that were sitting in the bleachers they had set up there. But he loved it. He was passionate about it. But he was a mess. When I came back from college, we would pick Charlie up at Central Gardens, and we would bring him to the football field, and we would bring Russell Hedrick's golf cart down, and he would drive in front of the press box there on the track, back and forth, and watch the game. But he didn't really behave very well, and so we didn't get to bring him back anymore. And so then we came up with the Bland Award, and he got to come to the first couple of banquets, and then he didn't really behave very well, and he didn't get to come back anymore. So I don't know, maybe wonder why we even named the award after him. In all seriousness, there's a lot of reasons why we named this award after him. When Alan Hedrick got together with a group of other football enthusiasts, in Dexter, and thought about this award, it was a very natural fit that this would be named after our friend Charles Bland. He was extremely passionate about this community of Dexter, extremely passionate about Dexter High School, really passionate about the athletic programs here at Dexter High School. But above all of those things, what he loved most was the young people of the school and of our community. And he really went out of his way his entire life to show them support, show them encouragement, but also to recognize them for their accomplishments and thank them for their dedication. And so really there was no one better that this award be named after than our friend Charlie Bland. So this was created to be slightly different, and most of you know this, but I'll go over it real quickly again. They just gave out the athletic awards, right? I mean, they talked about that. Here's your best back, here's your best defenseman, here's your most valuable player. Athleticism is part of this award, but it's one part of 6. So, this is not to be viewed as an athletic award. This is to the most outstanding or most well-rounded student athlete, and I focus on student athlete, that's a senior and a member of the Dexter Bearcat football team. So, this is not about athleticism alone. It's voted on by a multitude of different people, so part of that votes come from the coaching staff, part comes from the athletic director, school counselor, a teacher, and then a couple of committee members that are part of the community. So, scholastics, athletics, attendance, attitude and leadership, school participation, and community participation are the categories that they are voted on. So, you can be the best athlete on this team, you're not going to get any more points for that than you did for your attendance, for your grades, for your participation in school or in the community. So I think that's what makes this award unique here, and I think it should hopefully also make it very special for tonight's recipient. So since I didn't really prepare any remarks tonight, I'm going to go ahead and skip right to the end where I recognize the 29th recipient of the Charles Bland Award. And although over the years I have heard his name pronounced in a variety of different ways from visiting press boxes, I tonight am going to go with Mr. Logan Joseph Hayden.
Okay, last order of business, as Mr. Wes Howard's making his way up here. I didn't have to even introduce him. Thank you, Wes. The Booster Club purchases are D for the first-time letter winners. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your letter. In volleyball, Shelby Driscoll. Yes, once you come up, go ahead and stand up here the entire time. I say that like it's a long time, it's really not. Brooklyn Link. Brooke Lassiter. Caitlin Owens. And Macy Templemeyer. Football cheer. Riley Dawson. In girls tennis, Sophia James. In cross country, Jackson King. In football, Landon Anniser, Peyton Barnes, Zach Billingsley, Ethan Glaus, Jet Grahams, Peyton Hartline, Jason Herborovich, Connor Hill, Peyton Gerald, Caden Lee, Ashton Long, Houston Neely, Sawyer Rasher, Devin Turnbow, Rhett Womble, and Landon Weathers. And also in cross country, Nate Harris.
My PR's in 2011.
Thank you, letter award winners. You can be seated. Thank you, Mr. Howard. At this time, I would like for all the senior athletes to please come forward and stand in front of the podium. All senior athletes. You're good. Face them. Ladies, gentlemen, we appreciate how you represented Dexter High School. We can't thank you enough for your participation and all you've done for your coaches, your teachers, and it's an awesome representation of your families as well. Let's give them one last round of applause. Athletes, before you leave, please pick up your senior banner if you haven't received it from your coach. I would appreciate the letter recipients, along with the season award winners, stay put right where you're at. We're going to meet right out here for pictures. Please make sure you do that so then you can get on to bigger and better places. Thank you, and that concludes our program for this evening. Don't forget your senior banner.